For 1900 years, we have lived inside a system that was never built for us. A system designed not to awaken our minds, but to silence them. This is the harsh reality of the education system of India. In 1835, one British official rewrote our destiny. He replaced wisdom with memorization, skills with certificates, and confidence with inferiority. And even today, in 2025, we are still following the same blueprint. A colonial model that trains students to fear failure, memorize textbooks, and chase marks instead of mastery. But how did this system begin? Why was it created? And most importantly, why are we still trapped inside it? This is the story of how Macaulay education policy reshaped India, how its invincible chains still control our classrooms, our careers, and our confidence. Let's break it down. Today we study inside classrooms built almost 200 years ago, not the buildings, but the mindset. A mindset created by a British official who wrote a new destiny for India with just one policy. In 1835, Thomas Babington Macaulay introduced an education policy in India, but its purpose was not to uplift Indians, not to make us thinkers, not to develop our wisdom. Its purpose was simple, strategic, and brutal: to create a class of Indians who would mentally serve the British Empire. Macaulay wanted Indians who were Indian in the blood and color, but British in their taste, morals, opinion, and intellect. Before Macaulay, India had one of the richest education cultures in the world. Gurukulas, pathshalas, ayurveda and surgery training, agriculture science schools, mathematics and astronomy centers. Education was not about marks, not about rote learning, not about mugging textbooks. It focused on character, logic, memory, reasoning, curiosity, and real-world skills. But Macaulay changed everything. He converted an experience-based education system into a memorization machine. Learning became read, repeat, write. Textbook replaced real knowledge. Thinking was replaced by mugging. India went from civilization of thinkers to factory of clerks. Macaulay once wrote,
"Entire literature of India was worth less than a single shelf of English books."
This one mindset destroyed centuries of intellectual pride. It became the only gateway to jobs, status, opportunities, respect. Indian language were pushed aside. Millions lost access to education because schools now ran only in English. Inferiority complex entered Indian society and continues even today. And then came the intellectual assassination. India's contributions in mathematics like zero, algebra, contributions like wood, steel, in medicines, Sushruta, surgery, astronomy, Aryabhata and Varahamitra were removed from the curriculum. Students were taught that Europe discovered everything. Indian students began to believe their own ancestors had achieved nothing, killing pride. This killed motivation, this killed ambition. Macaulay's education was designed for one purpose: to train Indians to serve the British government, to create clerks, assistants, office workers, people who obey, not innovate, who follow orders, not create solutions. This is why, even after independence, Indian education trains students for jobs, not leaderships, not entrepreneurship, not invention. Traditional Indian education valued something powerful: questioning, debate, learning through observation, practical experience, emotional strength, moral clarity. But all of this was replaced with sitting in rows, teaching, dictating, punishment-based discipline, exam fear, and no connection to the real life or culture. Curiosity died, fear took over. But the most dangerous damage was not academic. It was psychological. Indians were made to believe their culture was inferior, their knowledge was outdated, and English means intelligence. A colonized society is easier to rule This was the harshest truth. Even after 190 years, we are still following Macaulay's blueprint and still mug up for marks. Creativity is punished. Failure is seen as shame. Indian knowledge is almost absent. Degrees matter more than skills. Education kills curiosity instead of growing it. The system will produce employees, not creators. Macaulay didn't destroy Indian education. He redesigned it to destroy our self-belief. Is wisdom with memorization, creativity with clerical obedience, pride with inferiority, skills with degrees, thinkers with job seekers, and the legacy still controls India today. But the story doesn't end here, because every system can be rewritten, every mindset can be rebuilt. If we want a better India, we must build a better education system that values curiosity over cramming, skills over certificates, innovation over memorization, confidence over inferiority. The harsh reality of education system of India began in 1835, but the future of India depends on what we do next.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.